A former escort at the center of a prostitution scandal at U of L is speaking out once again on KSR. We'll hear from Katina Powell.
Roadways like this one in Laurel County appear to be fine, but police say slick spots have created a lot of accidents here.
We continue to get that northwest wind pumping in the colder air, and also those snow showers on and off all day long. I'll show you when we actually see some breaks in the forecast coming up.
WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
Good afternoon. Great to have you with us on WKYT News. I'm Bill Bryant.
And I'm Barbara Bailey. More rounds of snow showers hitting the bluegrass today. And with the cold temperatures we're getting, it's expected to stick around on the roads.
That temperature just keeps going down, and it will. We continue our WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day coverage with the most updated forecast right now at noon. Meteorologist Micah Harris tracking the snow on our First Alert Defender.
Yeah, the worst of it so far has been east and southeastern Kentucky, and that's not even all that bad. You're getting some light accumulations over in that region. Some flurries, a couple of flakes flying around here in Lexington and the bluegrass, but nothing that's really causing problems. The roadways are actually look pretty good. 23 degrees now in Frankfort, London, Mountain Parkway over toward the Slade community as you make your way down Powell County and off toward say Stanton area as well. Lexington, you can see a few flakes flying through, but none of this is really accumulating that much. I mean, there's just not much of that heavy snow outside, at least heavy bursts of snow. Light snow in the making. Also those cold temperatures. You put those together and it's going to cause a headache like it did this morning for your kids at home. For the most part, early this morning and heading in toward the afternoon. Still some slick roads, a good bet the next several days because we will have those issues with those snow showers. We'll get into that forecast. I'll show you when we have a couple of breaks coming up.
Yeah, Micah, referencing the fact we had more than 100 closings today. Lexington schools are in session today, though. The bands of snow that we're seeing causing some problems on the roadways, especially in southern Kentucky.
Some slick spots made for a rough commute for some drivers in London with several crashes reported. WKYT's Phil Pendleton continues our top story team coverage now from Laurel County. Phil?
There is not much of a problem that we can see right now. Drivers are pretty much going at their normal speeds, but earlier this morning, problems like here on Echo Valley Road, this is where the weather created a lot of problems for drivers. That's what police are telling us. They say that a lot of crashes happened this morning because drivers did not pay close enough attention to the conditions. There is not a great deal of snow or really even ice here, but they say just that thin layer of ice was enough for roads like this to be very slick.
We've had numerous traffic crashes on these side roads. We've had at least one on the interstate, but most of our crashes are occurring on the county roads. Some of them that's been straight, but still got slick spots. And what's happening is people are driving along at speed limits and they're hitting slick spots and they're running into the ditch.
And police say the good news from all of this is that there were no injuries, or at least reported to them. This is the kind of situation that we did see a little bit yesterday as I was driving down, these sudden outbursts of snow that falls fast and furious, and it does also create some visibility issues. That is a concern as well. But as of right now, it's mainly just snow flurries falling here in Laurel County. In Laurel County, Phil Pendleton, WKYT.
Phil, thank you. And police remind drivers, even if the roads look fine, always to drive slower than normal in conditions like this. The same winter storm that's already brought snow to our area is expected to bring several inches to parts of the East Coast. The National Weather Service says the New England states could get 4 to 8 inches by late today or early tomorrow, and that's on top of the close to 10 inches of snow that fell yesterday. New York City, Philadelphia, and New Jersey also expected to see totals in that range. You can stay up to date on the forecast, school closings, and other weather headlines by visiting WKYT.com or downloading the WKYT News app. Well, the woman who wrote a book about a prostitution scandal involving the University of Louisville basketball team, sat down with Matt Jones on Kentucky Sports Radio this morning. Katina Powell claims that a former U of L staffer paid her and several others to strip and have sex with basketball recruits and players from 2010 to 2014. WKYT's Sean Moody is at the live desk now with more from her interview. Sean?
Hey there, Barb. This comes just a few days after the University of Louisville announced a self-imposed postseason ban. Powell talked about the details in the book, as well as how she feels about the fallout. Matt Jones hosted Katina Powell in an undisclosed location for this morning's Kentucky Sports Radio broadcast. TV cameras were not allowed in, but Jones streamed the show on Periscope. The interview started just after 11 o'clock this morning. Powell said she's still living in Louisville. She said she gets recognized a lot by both UK and Louisville fans. Powell said she went to Minardi Hall with several women to perform shows at the dormitory. She says she went there 22 times from 2010 through 2014. Powell said after talking to Andre McGee, a Louisville staff member who she says paid her, she believed Patino was aware of what was going on.
I asked Andre in a conversation with just he and I in the hallway, and I asked him, I said, you know, does Rick know about this? And I said, does Patino know about this? And he said, he's Rick. He knows about everything. And just the look on his face just let me know. It allowed me to know that, yes, Rick knows about this. And how could you not? 4 years? I mean, this wasn't just a few days, a year. This was 4 years. You know, these players were so loyal to him. And who wouldn't go back and say, you know.
But you don't have any proof.
I have no proof.
Did you?
Now, Rick Pitino has said several times he had no knowledge of what was going on. Powell also said that she's not happy about Louisville's self-imposed postseason ban, saying the two seniors who won't get a shot at the national championship had nothing to do with what she says was going on. At the live desk, Sean Moody, WKYT.
Sean, thank you. Powell said she did have a sexual relationship with one of the former players. A checkpoint for passengers at Louisville International Airport is back open this midday. The TSA shut down the security checkpoint after spotting a suspicious item in a scanner just before 9 o'clock this morning. The FAA did not ground any planes, but an airport spokesperson says the shutdown did affect some flights. The package was removed from the area and no one was hurt. Now again, that security checkpoint at Louisville International is back to normal.
A Kentucky U.S. Supreme Court ruling involving a case out of the Commonwealth could mean that two men convicted of murders in Kentucky as teenagers could be eligible for parole hearings or new sentencing hearings. The Courier-Journal reports the court has ruled that its 2012 decision banning mandatory life without parole sentences for virtually all juvenile killers must be applied retroactively. The two Kentucky cases involve a murder in Bowling Green in 1996 and a murder in Louisville in 1981. The Commonwealth will have to return millions of dollars to the federal government because of Governor Matt Bevin's decision to dismantle Connect. The federal government gave Kentucky a $289 million federal grant to plan and establish Connect, a state exchange. The state has spent all of that except for $57 million. A letter from the Federal Department of Health and Human Services in Washington to Bevin says state officials cannot use that money to move the state to the federal exchange. That money would have to be returned. Bevin's spokeswoman says the state will return any unused money. Well, you can show your support for the Richmond Police Department today simply by eating pizza.
The department is raising money so its members can travel to Washington, D.C. in May. They want to be there when Officer Daniel Ellis's name is added to the National Law Enforcement Officers Memorial. Officer Ellis was murdered in the line of duty last year. From 5 until 9 o'clock tonight, 20% of all food sales at Apollo Pizza will be donated to the cause.
Well, voters are heading out to the polls in New Hampshire today for the nation's first presidential primary. We'll take a look at some of the early returns coming up next on Kentucky's #1 Midday News.
Also ahead, Beyonce's radical halftime statement is ruffling some feathers in Congress. Find out why coming up on WKYT News at noon.
When winter is at its worst, that's when WKYT calls a First Alert Severe Weather Day, keeping your family safe with the power of the Defender Radar Network and the entire First Alert Weather team, plus continuous coverage on air. on WKYT.com and wherever you are with our news and weather apps. Because when the snow starts falling, it takes an experienced team to stand for you when the weather gets tough. First Alert Severe Weather Days, only on WKYT.
I'm Matt Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. If you've been injured in an accident, hurt on the job, or are the victim of medical malpractice, you only owe us a fee if we win at trial or are able to obtain a fair settlement for you. Your initial office visit with us is absolutely free. My family has represented you and your families for almost 30 years now. Today, we are honored to help you when you need us most. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
You can be sure of a Toyota RAV4's all-wheel drive capability because AMCI testing shows RAV4 outperforming other SUVs in snow. Acceleration, RAV4 beats Honda CR-V, while Subaru Forester is slowest. Braking, RAV4 stops 50 feet before CR-V and 83 feet sooner than Forester. Now, you can lease the newly restyled 2016 RAV4 for just $209 a month. Toyota, let's go places.
Get ready for spring and save big. Kevin's Carpets has a huge selection of hardwood, laminate, tile, carpet, and more. We have any flooring you need at a price you can afford. Kevin's Carpets now serving you in 2 locations, Lexington and Georgetown. Why, you'd have to be crazy to buy flooring anyplace else.
Sleep is a critical component of our athletic training at UK.
Our sleep experts are the champions at matching our customers to the best bed for them.
This week at Sleep Outfitters, get a free TV with qualifying purchase, like this Sealy Pillow Top Queen Set with gel foam, now only $4.99, plus a free TV. Go to sleepoutfitters.com for store locations and hours.
Sleep Outfitters, official sleep provider of UK athletics. Sleep like a champion, play like a champion.
Nursing home abuse happens daily. Loved ones need protection. If you or someone you love has experienced nursing home abuse, call 800-800-4600.
Think you might be pregnant? No judgment, no pressure, just help. AssuranceCare.org.
Welcome back to WKYT News at Noon. New Hampshire voters are at the polls today to choose their party's presidential nominee.
Donald Trump and Bernie Sanders are leading in the polls, but there is a slew of candidates certainly hoping to shock the world with surprising victories, or even a strong second or third place finish could make a difference for them. Weijia Jiang has this report from Manchester.
Voters are already lining up to cast their ballots in the first-in-the-nation primary.
New Hampshire never lets you down.
The candidates are out early, shaking hands as voters head into their precincts.
Going into vote fight right now, actually.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Jeb Bush is hoping time spent in the Granite State will pay off, but says he'll head to South Carolina anyway.
So you're going there no matter what?
Yep, and we've got a great organization in Nevada as well. This is a long process, and a lot of things can happen in a very volatile year.
Fellow Floridian Marco Rubio is also hoping to have a strong finish.
I feel great. We have great energy, a lot of great support, so we're looking forward to the results tonight and moving on to South Carolina.
Donald Trump is the clear frontrunner in the polls, but he also led the polls in Iowa, only to finish behind Ted Cruz once the votes were tallied.
For the Democrats, it would take a major upset for Senator Bernie Sanders to lose. Today's votes are all about expectations moving forward.
Hillary Clinton is pushing for every last vote. If she can close the gap on Sanders, she can claim momentum, just like Bill Clinton did when his second-place finish in 1992 earned him the title, the Comeback Kid. Sanders himself will likely say the win is proof that voters want a political revolution. Weijia Jiang, CBS News, Manchester, New Hampshire.
And Sanders already holds a lead, claiming all 4 of the Democratic votes in tiny Dixville Notch, New Hampshire. They cast their votes at midnight and go ahead and count them. Well, now that he has suspended his presidential campaign, some of Kentucky's U.S. Senator Rand Paul's top supporters in the state legislature are now endorsing someone new. Marco Rubio's campaign says 24 state lawmakers have endorsed him. That includes Minority Leader Jeff Hoover and State Senator Ralph Alvarado of Winchester. Most of the state's Republican elected officials had not publicly supported any candidate out of respect for Paul. But he ended his presidential campaign last week and is focusing on his re-election bid instead. Kentucky will hold a Republican presidential caucus next month on March 5th. Its first one in more than 30 years. Well, Beyonce and Coldplay are stirring up some controversy after their Super Bowl halftime performances.
Beyonce is coming under fire for what many are calling pro-Black Panthers song and outfit during her performance of Formation. Republican lawmaker Pete King of New York is ripping her new music video for the song, claiming it perpetuates a lie about the 2014 shooting of an unarmed black man by a white police officer in Ferguson, Missouri. Now, meanwhile, Coldplay is catching heat for its latest music video, Hymn for the Weekend, which is set in Mumbai. Critics are slamming the band for depicting stereotypical images not representative of today's modern India. The city of Denver is celebrating today. Fans will welcome home their Super Bowl champion Broncos this afternoon. The party got started this morning with a concert featuring Colorado natives. That's followed by a parade at noon Mountain Time and then a team rally. The last time the Broncos won the Super Bowl was in 1999 when they beat the Atlanta Falcons.
There you go.
There you go.
You got it.
So overwhelmed by their victory. There you go.
Exciting day for them out there in the Mile High City, no doubt about that.
Let them celebrate.
Keep it here on WKYT. Coming up, a statewide initiative aimed at preventing child abuse in Kentucky.
We'll tell you how new training sessions are expected to help coming up on WKYT News at 12:30.
Stay connected to the news that matters to you. Follow WKYT on Twitter.
This Valentine's Day, if you send your guy to K's, you will be wearing much smaller diamonds.
K's 40-carat diamond hoop earrings are $5.79. The Castle's 1-carat diamond hoop earrings are the same price.
Size matters. Shop the Castle.
Shop 10 Castle locations.
Home security can be easier than you think. Whether you're a first-time customer or you're unhappy with your current service, Bates simplifies security and makes switching your service to Bates easy. You keep your existing equipment and we do the rest. Switch your system today and get 3 months free monitoring. Recently named Central Kentucky Small Business of the Year.
Bates Security, protecting what matters most.
Jimmy Nash Homes is known for the beautiful community of Patchen Wilkes in the reserve at Greenbrier, an estate community in the midst of beautiful horse farms with luscious green space. And we're excited about Andover Club Villas, luxury country club living at its best, and our first ever Jessamine County exclusive community, the Oaks at Cave Springs, soon to be one of Central Kentucky's most stunning neighborhoods. All of our homes in all 4 communities feature Anderson Windows and Doors, the most trusted name in windows and doors.
Your dream home starts here with us. We have something for everyone.
So come and see us.
After you're injured at work, a lot of times the insurance company will attempt to call you, take statements. Don't speak to them until you speak with an experienced workers' compensation attorney.
The insurance company will attempt to settle your case for pennies on the dollar. Before you talk to the insurance company, call us first.
Our job is to make sure you get all the money you deserve.
Call Morgan, Collins, and Yeast. 1-800-55-WILDCAT.
Man, these wings look good.
Yeah, this spicy honey barbecue sauce is so good, it'll change your life.
Sir, it looks like we're leading in the polls.
You're running for president?
Don't answer that.
Life-changing? Maybe. Indescribably good? Definitely. The boneless wings meal with spicy honey barbecue sauce, served with crinkle fries and a small drink. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
This Valentine's Day, spend a little time at the Castle.
Save a lot of money.
Jared's half-carat best friend True Love rings are $9.99. At the Castle, get the same quality, same carat weight rings for only $5.95. Shop 10 Castle locations or thecastlejewelry.com.
I'm WKYT Chief Meteorologist Chris Bailey, and I stand for Kentucky.
Snowflakes are flying across the region in many locations, but some actually picking up accumulation, some not so much. They're just flakes flying, not really all that heavy. It's just something to see falling out of the sky. East and southeastern zones. You go into Hal Rogers Parkway. This is an area that has just added up this light accumulation all morning long. It'll continue throughout the afternoon. Why? Because the winds, the direction of those northwest winds, they come, they funnel into the mountains, and they just pile on that snow. So you're going to be seeing, there is that possibility maybe down in the southeastern zones picking up about 2 inches of snow today. That possibility, not everybody will see that. You go across the BG Parkway, Head down 64, work your way up 127. Frankfort dealing with some snow showers. Lexington as well, as we're looking out and about, looking across the roadways. Moorhead I-64 still looks good. Lexington, we're getting a snow shower, but remember, none of this is very, very heavy, so I don't see many issues. The roads you can see they are dark. The dark shade, that goes for Richmond on 75. Louisville heading down 64, yeah, dealing with some snow showers. Now it's starting to get a little snow covered as they're trying to get that squared away. Frankfort, not all that bad. It's getting a little white over in Frankfort, but not too bad. I would say Louisville is probably the worst place that you see there on the screen because you're just getting one snow shower after another. So if you plan on heading toward Louisville, know this, it's not impassable, okay? You can still get through it. You just got to slow down. Temperatures there in the 20s, anything that falls, yeah, it's not going to melt anytime soon, I promise you that. Slick roads will be a really good bet the next several days. Tomorrow morning, you're going to wake up with some snow-covered roads here and there, just like we did this morning in some spots. But remember, it's very hit and miss. Not everybody will see that. Highs in the teens there as we work toward the midweek and toward late week. It's not as widespread. I would say Thursday, kind of take a bit of a break for most. Still a snow chance, but for most of us, we take a break there on Thursday from those snow showers flying on through. We look through your 7-day forecast, and there aren't many shots of seeing, trying to get the snow on out of here. Thursday and Saturday is your best bet, but still, look at those temperatures. So you're getting the snow out for the most part, but bringing in those cold temperatures, 19 degrees for a high both Thursday and Saturday. Guys, it's all about the cold, obviously, and that snow that keeps funneling on in.
I'm glad you emphasized the high. Those lows are incredible, aren't they, at night? Yeah. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Back on WKYT in a moment. The Super Bowl was a super hit.
And part of the game can make the difference for the Cats down the stretch. Dave Baker's next with sports.
As we head to break, let's check stocks, and the major market indicators are off some here at midday.
Got a dead Navy diver on a ship in the Atlantic.
It's a decompression chamber.
Opening the hatch would
kill them instantly.
Gibbs, one of those divers
Guys, stop!
definitely killed him.
New NCIS, then Mardi Gras rocks New Orleans until the unthinkable rocks their world.
Why are we here?
to confess.
Start telling the truth. New NCIS New Orleans after NCIS, CBS tonight.
Exciting, creative, edgy, fun. A career in cosmetology is always in style, and Barrett & Company School of Hair Design can help you be a part of it. Success begins with proper training. Make it happen at Barrett & Company. Call today and enroll in Barrett & Company.
All across America, families are coming back to Time Warner Cable for a whole new experience.
We came back for internet speeds so fast, even the kids are impressed. Oh, she's impressed.
We're catching up on movies and shows on demand just as fast as we can watch them.
TWC's home Wi-Fi is so strong, we can use all our devices at the same time.
Come back today. You'll get 30 meg internet, TV, phone, and more for $89.99 a month. And ask how you could get a $300 reward card. Call now.
Hey guys, this February, give her the gift she's really gonna love. Endless prime rib, baby! Premium weekends at Golden Corral are here, America. Live it up with prime rib, premium jumbo shrimp, and more. Dinner's just $13.99. And don't forget the classic dinner buffet every Monday through Thursday, only $11.99. Endless prime rib, it's love at first bite. Premium weekends only at Golden Corral, the best buffet in the USA.
The accident wasn't that bad. This check will cover all the repairs. Plus, you don't have a rental car agreement, but we're going to give you an allowance for getting back and forth to pick up your car. How's that sound?
Oh, okay.
All you need to do now is sign right here. You can get on with your life.
A smiling cheater is still a cheater. Come on now. You know what to do. Call 800-800-4600.
We have an abundance of natural resources here in the Bluegrass. More miles of running water than any state in the continental U.S. You may not know it, but all those creeks and streams catch water directly from our storm sewers on the streets. That means when someone tosses a cigarette butt on Main or Vine, chances are good it'll end up in Town Branch. Leave some pet waste on a sidewalk near Versailles Road, it goes into Wolf Run Creek. Help us protect was priceless.
If you're looking for a career that is rewarding and always in style, start your training for a career in cosmetology at Barrett & Company. Day and night classes are enrolling, so begin your journey into a fashion-forward career in cosmetology and call today and enroll in Barrett & Company.
I'm WKYT Sam Dick, and I stand for Kentucky.
Well, what can we expect from the Cats tonight? Your guess is as good as mine. Last week, kind of typical for the season that Kentucky's had. Big start, an awful finish in Knoxville, and then an effort that far exceeded expectations as the Cats clobbered Florida. The key in that game and moving forward for this team is simple. Just do it with defense.
I thought Saturday's game was terrific defensively. Coach put in a great game plan of how we were going to guard Florida. Players executed it really well, and we really guarded as a unit, as five. And I think that takes away some of the pressure off of individuals, and it was really truly a solid team effort.
Late tip tonight, Kentucky and Georgia at 9 o'clock. On ESPN. When Mitch Barnhart came to Kentucky, he wanted to get all of the Wildcat sports to a championship level, and one of the biggest examples of that, softball coach Rachel Lawson. She's entering her 9th year at UK, and the Cats are coming off their 4th appearance in the NCAA Super Regionals in the past 5 seasons. That's nice, but the coach wants more.
National championship. What's going to bring Kentucky a national championship? I couldn't have talked about this 4 years ago, but I can talk about this now. We are now at the point where going to super regionals is a great thing, but we are from Kentucky. That is what every team is expected to do here. We are supposed to win championships, and right now we are trying to figure out how to win a championship. And the only way that we can do that is with a deep pitching staff.
First pitch in just a couple of weeks, and Super Bowl 50, seen right here on WKYT, was a hit. The 3rd most watched program in U.S. television history. Nielsen estimates that an average audience of 111.9 million were watching throughout the 2014 Broncos victory over the Panthers. That peaked at about 115.5 million from 8:30 to 9 for the halftime show. According to CBS, streaming coverage of the game on CBS and NFL properties averaged about 1.4 million viewers, and viewers consume more than 315 million minutes of coverage over their laptops, desktops, tablets, connected TV devices, and mobile phones. In terms of total reach, Sunday's game drew 167 million people who watched at least 6 minutes. That's a television record. We've got a lot more coming up a bit later as the Cats get set to take on the Dogs. But guys, for now, that's a look at sports on your Tuesday.
All right, should be a fun late game tonight. Thank you, Dave.
And there's more to come in our next half hour of WKYT News at noon.
Well, you don't have to go to New Orleans to experience Mardi Gras in style. We'll tell you about a local celebration going on today in Lexington.
Tonight's Mega Millions jackpot is $80 million, and tomorrow night's Powerball jackpot is $157 million.